Hello and good evening. My name is John, and I'm joined by...
MPG.
And we're playing Torment, Tides of Numeria, a game
Did
that
you
is...
like my nameless one voice?
What?
Did you like my nameless one voice that I
Oh,
just
it was
did?
good, it was good, yeah, it was good, sorry.
Updated my journal.
Oh, journal updated. Trying to remember... Well, I can say one thing's for sure, is that I liked Torment Planescape Torment, but I don't know if that game holds up these days. But that's not what we're playing right now.
It is ugly as sin.
Yeah.
But I mean,
cannot continue this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ugly as sin, but it is you know, I think that the underlying writing does hold up. I played it a few years ago. I couldn't finish it because it kept crashing. But yeah, I think that if you can kind of get it to behave itself, it does hold up.
Yeah, the writing's pretty strong. So many like optional ways of solving problems.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
gosh.
that was kind of...
Give me an answer here. First question.
Oh, I can't see your screen. Hold on. Let me.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, will we be male or female? Well, that's something we never got before. So let's be a female. A female.
Option 1. Your mind wakes in the darkness. Oh, they're talking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Are we being birthed?
Yee.
Oh, I should also say this part of my Steam cleaning series where every game I see in the library eventually an arbitrarily rate and review the week of playtime. I don't quite know what the game is, but the game's at random. I backed this like 4 years ago on Kickstarter.
The first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic.
Oh, tell me about it.
You've forgotten something important.
I'm covered in goo.
To you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Okay. We look at this body or look around? What's more important, who we are or where we are?
Where we are.
A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you.
Ugh.
A minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the...
What's a kilometer?
What's it? It's a fantasy game. That's why they're using fantasy measurements.
In upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges.
When you look at fiction writing, I generally just want people to use like real terms, like just use a kilometer or a mile or something. So like don't tell me like, oh, it's 12 glar blocks. I'm like, I don't what? Yeah. I don't care. I don't know what a glar block is.
The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles.
Oh no.
You probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
We have one angel wing and one devil wing, and we're about to... Oh God.
How do we handle this? How do we how do we focus? What would you do?
I would say flatten out to catch the wind, like a kitty cat does.
Spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well. And you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Man, waking up cold, naked, and alone, falling to the earth. Boy, have I been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. Mondays, am I right?
A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains.
Who's this narrator?
Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion.
Got a kind of Rod Serling quality to it.
Study, look, or remember.
Let's see. Let's try. No, you know what? Try to remember what happened is just not going to work for us. So let's study the world. We have time.
This appears to be a huge megacontinent.
Megacontinent.
The ultra continent.
Inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down.
Oh, we'll be fine. We're landing in the bay.
Falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just.
So maybe it wasn't a good idea to spread out.
East, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The
A
northeastern
belly
portion
flop
of this
from the
land
heavens.
to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming
Agma.
at you quickly.
Remember, look, or slow, or give up.
Let's see.
I'm
I would
gonna
say
veto give up. I don't feel like giving up just quite yet.
Yeah. All right. Try to slow.
Try to slow. Okay.
It's fruitless.
All right.
You've reached a velocity that could, without irony, best be named terminal. You spread your arms and legs and try to catch a draft, and it looks like you'll hit the bay that's rushing toward you, unless you hit the
Flying
building
squirrel.
in its littered waters. A strange web of colors surrounds you, thrown by a figure standing on the balcony of the structure. But it is effective only at slowing your fall.
Someone helped us.
You strike the building hard
Ooh.
enough to crack
Ooh.
its crystalline structure, and you hear one of the engines that supports it protest and howl, and the agony of the crash overcomes you. And then darkness.
Darkness
No,
imprisoning me.
The worst.
So I gotta like I don't mean to be like super duper cruel or anything, but like it's obvious like the budget was like we don't really have a lot of money for a long intro video. Why don't we just have
Yeah.
a black screen where you're falling?
Yeah. Well, you know.
I do like the
I
dripping.
mean, it does.
Ready.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, that's us.
Okay.
Last cast
That's
off.
us.
We got perfectly average strength. We have P. Is that a number?
So let's see. All right.
Oh,
5,
so-
5, and 5.
Yeah, might, mind, and no, sorry, it's might, speed, and intellect. That's gotta be might, speed, and intellect. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, purple
Yeah.
intellect, speed. Yeah, might,
Purple
speed.
isn't. Yeah. Yep.
Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, splattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light of every drop reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light, and it needs to be filled. Oh, this bowl's horny. Yet the bowl remains
Yeah.
dry. Oh,
It's
okay, not that
thirsty.
horny. Another drop falls from the ceiling, splash across the pylons, wasted.
You must
Might it,
construct more pylons.
examine it, or leave it?
I mean, let's see. Let's carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. It thirsts, like we all do.
Your first task, you have stat pools, might, speed, okay. Spend the, okay. Easily move the bowl in front of you, spend a might for higher level effort, don't worry, you fail the task, Torment. So are we going to spend might points to increase our odds? I don't, it's 20% for the first point. It's 20%.
Let's spend 2 points.
So that, oh,
Yeah.
I guess, okay.
Success. Okay.
You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth. What? On the serrated edge? I didn't know that was there. The deep breath
Chomp, chomp, motherfucker.
you jump, then look. You would over the glowing pool of falling light. We do not have an animation for this. So you're moving it with your mind.
No. Right. Boink.
Boink. Drop by drop, the bowl fills up, rippling, spreading across a blurring outline of yellow reflection. A pale blue luminescence and stretches in the corners of the room. A voice calls out, no, wait, a radiance for washing near shadows and pouring into your mind, melting ragged edges of fragmented thoughts. You're not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done from your long fall. A voice calls out somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello? Are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build us a path and be careful. Or build a path up to us and be careful.
Okay.
So,
Brr.
Yes. Now.
yes, now. Do you ever like talk to yourself when you're walking around, like going to the kitchen? You go, yes, now, go.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I talk to I talk to my Roomba. Like I give my.
Oh, we don't
Roomba
have P anymore. Now we have
encouragement.
0. Is that better?
Oh, okay.
As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. Dank. You have the most
Yo, it's dank.
dank. You have the most moments respite from the water-logged hell. A bubble stale ale at your resting point. You breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. But this body is an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, like Donatello, as you well know, but he now seems distracted. The device in your hand is covered with knobs, wires, and antennae. Antennas? Antennae. Antennas?
Antennae.
Yeah, he believes He can get the two of you through the corridor door, but merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that hardly is your concern. The mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed.
Right.
I'm gonna veto 2. I don't want to be.
Let's see.
Oh, these are all mean. Okay, never mind. These are all mean answers.
Yeah.
Do you lie to him? Do you threaten to him, or do you try to take it on yourself?
Let's lie to him.
Your words echo clearly and looks up surprised. You cut through his incisive gaze. He grimaces and says, "All right, we're through the door. We'll be through the door before they catch up." His fingers make minute adjustments to the knobs and blinking levers to the device, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swing open. The dark hallway lies beyond a passage that links the water-bordered cells and aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange and familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hands crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the waves of pressure daze you for a moment. The rising pulse of sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run, disable, or I don't know what cipher is, but use a cipher to stop them.
Disable the sonar pulse. That seems like
The right answer. I mean, these are definitely this is declarative statements, I guess. Like, what is?
Yeah.
You focus on the cloudy. There's also a lot of writing for the first 5 minutes of the game. You focus on
It's a Planescape game.
It's a Planescape game.
Like,
I mean, you met Morty and were like stabbing monks in the first 5 minutes, but you focus on the cloudy base of the pedestal. Your fingers distinctly find the control panel for the jeweled force field. Always have you built it in the first place. You remove it, casting it aside, and you reach inside to deactivate the crystal to power both the pulse and the pedestal. As you remove them, a scaly hand falls on your shoulder. Your head rips aside, and you see only the inky blackness of a pristine eye. Now it begins to fade. If you are being drawn backwards to a tunnel, you hear more pylons rise from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into the gap of your mind, but the edges are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There is something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey, the far end of a dark whispering field. Wait, oh, okay.
let's see. I'm trying to like categorize all of the tropes. Like, we have orbs, we have crystals, we have
Sonars.
we have vessels of angelic water.
You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering with the overgrowth far below, and strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, if you were looking for sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat and neutral. Oh, sorry. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat and neutral, her face turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found?
Let's see.
Oh, okay, so it's charm, wisdom. Okay.
Insight, charm, or wisdom. I'm gonna go charm because I always find that, especially in something like a Planescape game,
You want to be talky.
Yeah, you want to be talky and you want to be charming as F.
The cloud passes over the sun as you engage her in spirited, friendly debate, pointing out the footprints of prior world civilizations' power remained untapped. After a few minutes, she laughs, raising her hands, and mocks her. Stop. Your servitors are down there. You've already chosen this as the site, haven't you? She waits for information and says, all right, I'm convinced. The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural designs, and you descend onto the plateau and examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from the task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on his shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. When your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your constructs have other ideas. What's the matter with it?
This is okay. We'll get through this, but I have thoughts on this entrance here.
It's very heavy, front-loaded.
This is really front-loaded, and you do not like. Yeah, we'll talk. Let's see. Numenera integrated into the construct study of woman's behavior. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for the deeper solution. Let's look for a deeper solution.
A mist falls on the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting us from mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the air. Take the deep breath and you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It immediately trundles off the site to your new shelter. The image freezes. What?
Oh, just the river flight of the navigator. Everything was quiet.
The image freezes in the phase you feel memory filled in the gap of your mind, block by Jacob block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaim your memories. Hurts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one more on the back of your neck, and something on this room can sense what you're doing and is hunting you. Go on. What's your thoughts?
I don't. This is not something that I would consider engaging. This is, like you said, it's very front loaded. It's very heavy. This is exposition without.
Yes.
Without. What's the word I'm looking for here?
All right.
I don't care about any of this stuff.
It lacks weight. Yeah, there's no stakes.
Yeah, there's no stakes. Like, I'm just in this weird place, and they're like, "Oh, let's have some memories that might be part." Like, those things are things that should come later in the game. Once you understand, once you have your feet on the ground, so to speak, you know, in this character, in this, like, okay, yeah, it's a Planescape game. You're not gonna have any freaking memories. We get it.
They could have done one of these, gotten you on the world, and do another. Like doing 5 of these in a row is a lot.
Right.
A vision of.
And I get it that this is their, like, this is how we're going to kind of construct your character's opening stats.
Yeah.
But it does break immersion. It does break that sense of urgency. It breaks the sense of, I don't know. It almost like, it's like, I don't really wonder what's happening here.
Because they're telling me. Yeah. This is a real big example of show don't tell. Like, all of these flashbacks. I mean, again, budget. All these flashbacks could have been playable scenes.
Mm-hmm.
A vision of a city springs up around you. A city in flames under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and the still attackers keep coming. The fight is the destruction were demanded of them. They try nothing for mercy, surrender, plunder. What they want is blood. She have brought a keen-eyed companion on top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety. You need to rally your defenders. But even if you turn towards the door of the tower, 2 of the attackers sent from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. Again, this sounds like a really cool scene someone's describing.
Yeah.
One is loosely large. His weapon rating is a vibrating ask. Oh, hello. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor and holding a hilt of a sizzling, invisible blade. Wait. Invisible? Then how do you know he's holding it?
This is all very extra. Yeah, it's like Wonder Woman's invisible jet. You can see the, like, white outlines.
Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemy's advancing while confined by the parapet. Trade blows, duck under, fight defensively.
I would say let's trade blows.
The Giants' first 2 attacks are blurs. You block the first one. The second forces you to your knees. Though your daze, your vision's haze, your armor holds, and you keep your wits about you enough that when he raises his great axe above his head to finish, you're able to bury your blade under his breastplate. The blade emerges at the back of his neck. Ugh. And his lifeblood washes over your hands. He falls, taking your weapon with him, and his companion attacks. Her invisible blade is far more lethal, sure, it's invisible, than the giant's axe. You duck as she thrusts at you, and the wall behind you hisses, destroyed. Her return swing cuts through your armor, ruining your breastplate. She doesn't have to be skilled with a weapon like this. She just has to make contact. It's like a lightsaber. Like, you don't have to be any good.
Yeah.
You time your attack just as she pulls back from the strike. You barrel into her, diving her over the wall. She drops screaming to the ground 50 meters below. The immediate threat ended. You focus finding your way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more enemy soldiers beyond. Hurl yourself, crack their open, sneak, or charge through them, counting on your defenses to protect you.
Like a shadow I am.
Sneak?
Let's do sneak. Yes.
You press yourself against the gleaming door, easing it open. Your breath catches in your throat. It squeaks quietly, the sound of like a bell in your memory. You pause, but the soldiers in the hall continue to talk. You push again, squeezing through the narrow opening, and creep down the bloodstained hall. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with racing force in your heartpreat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you, like a bonfire at a mountain peak.
Are we back in the game as well, or?
Visible to every predator, every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you as massive fists have struck the room. Swaying to your feet, you see phantom movement within the borders of the mirror edge of the room. So, like, is this a room in our mind palace, or is this like an actual room in the world? Because, like, if this is an actual room in the world, like, what a convenient place to land.
Yeah, right?
All right. Oh. We also didn't get to choose our face at the start, which is a little odd.
I think it was when you had a stock face.
Stock face. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dazzling number of interlocking symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrush, emblems, and more, but there's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing, and fighting each other. So with me, we have to be in a mind palace, right?
Yeah.
Most are fragmentation of you, but a previous few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bear intricate pentagon tattoo on their head.
Ooh, Satanists.
In their eyes, their actions, and you see the memories you discover within the orbs and the choice you made. Okay, so this is a mind palace, and these are your past lives? Because it says latest cast off, so there must be your last cast off. Your hand twitches at your side. Some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, and you have a small number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, slow vibration spreads to the darkness of the rippling towards the ceiling. Charming smile, smooth talking the others, moving stealthily, or step away.
Gosh, I would say one or two.
Big charming smile.
Yeah.
Oh, swagger. Doppelganger swaggers out of the crowd, speaking with a warm, sincere voice. It tells you an outrageous story punctuated with confident asides, empathetic gestures, and twists that defy your every expectation. Though you're almost certain this tale was packed with lies, you'd be hard-pressed to separate them from the truth. Is this us?
Let's see.
Are we committed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's not do all this all again.
Yes, that is who I am. Oh, we gained descriptor charming. Remaining doppelgangers scatter from the edge of the mirror. You vanish, you choose the identity, step forward. Appearance changes up the open glass, face flight, confidence, cleverness, shadows weapons flicker in and out of his hand. A few devices shimmering on its belt. You get a feeling for it. You will be comfortable in various situations. The word Jack surrounds in your mind. Okay. I restored one might pool. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decisions ring out in the cavernous room, or waking, unlocking vast mechanisms on the wall. Suddenly, a grotesque nose ring through your shared worlds. Noise rings through shared world like bells. Yeah, sorry, I'm dyslexic.
That's all right.
The mirror fades, leaving a dark open door. You take your breath and step through. Yay, character creation.
Hooray.
Okay, so we have 2 points in heavy weapon. Wait. Oh, okay, so we have glaive.
Okay.
So it could be a charming glaive, a charming jack, or a charming nano. So I guess charming is our origin, and then glaive, jack, or nano is our.
So it sounds like glaive is
warriors
heavy.
of the ninth world.
Yeah, jack is I would
jack of all
assume
trades.
rogue.
They just literally say jack of all trades, yeah. And then nano are mages, wizards, sorcerers. I'm
gonna go. Well, gosh. Let's go jack, just because I think that'll be better for our.
So type.
Short term.
Okay. We have 4 points remaining, and they say jacks benefit from. So we could do 666.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry. So each point of might gives us 1 hit point. Every 2 points of speed gives us 5 evasion. I mean, if that's the case, we'll put like 1 health. That doesn't seem like much. Like evasion always seems really powerful to me. 5%.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. All right, we get some skills. We get 2 skills. What skills do you want? Infuse weapon, hedge magic, training without armor, sucker punch, or practice in armor.
I'm gonna say infuse weapon and practice without armor.
Oh, so we're gonna be light or no armor? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we get weapon skills. We cannot get heavy weapons because we are uneligible for heavy weapons.
Okay. An exploration skill.
Hold on, I just want to see. Oh no! How do I undo? How do I?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I get 1 more point. Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay. Oh, these are just okay. They're not really.
I would say perception definitely, and probably either stealth or.
No, we get 1. So if we did this, we'd have 30% bonus on persuasion.
Let's do that. Let's just
Go
blow
all
through
out?
this. Just yep.
Okay.
We are a charming motherfucker.
I don't get a weapon skill. Okay, thanks. And we get a descriptor. These are like perks. So we are. Oh, charming is what we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can't help it, baby.
so they let you repick. So all that stuff at the beginning was kind of meaningless.
Yeah.
Oh, we're bad at willpower, but yeah, sure, this seems fine. I don't want to go down the entire list. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, last chance to change the cast of character type. Charming Jack. Nope. Oh, interesting. If you rest. Okay. Hello. What? All right, the Spectre. Everything about the Spectre figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass
He's
smoke.
dreamy.
Dreamy. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntily familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. Is this my Mind Palace still?
I hope so. Our
Yeah,
Mind
not a
Palace
lot of
is very
voice acting.
large.
Again, budgets, but
Nope.
not a lot of voice acting. We weren't sure that would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. Glanced at the other figures around here and pounced unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I bet you got a lot of questions. The whole place is basically your mind. Okay, yeah, it's Mind Palace. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. Shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, you know.
Do we just go down the list?
I know 3.
What are the people, you call them reflections? That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, and with those who share some kind of psychic connection. Don't know how or why, it just happens.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, we can just go down the list. It looks like.
That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large black furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. Close eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. It finds us. We're done for. That I had to finish the process.
Right.
After waking from the dream state and attuned to the tides, you'll need to find something called the resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. What do you mean attuned to the tides? The tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something. Well, we know what gravity and magnetism are, except they respond to people's actions. Well, they said there was like machines and stuff outside.
We got a crash course in gravity at the beginning of the
Oh,
game.
good point. Your body, that is, your body in the real world needs tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will soon wake up. What is a resonance chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's crystal sarcophagus. Oh, it's like the thing from Stargate. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and metal rings on the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When we open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. If this is my mind, well, I don't remember any of this. It's your mind, a construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say, in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyway. You'll probably know better since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. Okay. Who are you?
Yeah.
He pauses, looks down at himself, considering the place long. I'm you. I'm part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting for you here. We called you. The memories, the others. Don't know what happened next. How do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. Yep, just like a normal Mind Palace. Take your body, step through it. When we wake up, find the resonance chamber. All right. What the hell is that?
If your Mind Palace doesn't have at least, you know, an orb, a shard,
Yeah.
a remnant, a reflection, and a Cthulhu monster that reaches through.
Oh no, the sorrow is anchored to those reflections, devouring their power. Gotta get rid of them. Destroy the anchors, or else the sorrow erases us forever.
Crisis
initiated.
Okay.
All right. A crisis begins when you enter a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk way out of trouble. I don't think I can talk to these tentacles.
You sure?
Each turn you take one
tentacles.
action. You can also make a move action. The reflection is near you. It'll kill you. Okay. Do we have... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this skill, let's give us any one skill point we want before we do it. That's cool.
Okay.
Do we... Maybe we just attack, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not that fighty though, but
Oh, okay, it just has 1 hit point. Oh, that didn't... Oh, geez.
yeah.
What in the... It's escaping. Gonna hide inside your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
I get
run.
to-
Get to the next one. We will dash as our action.
Uh... So he's putting mind squids in me.
Yeah.
Effort. Okay. That does more damage.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Are you though?
Oh no. It's infecting it somehow. This seems very scripted. Petals. Temporary conditions satisfy improving future character stats. Sorrow's place petal remaining reflection. Can't with petal. I don't. Armor. Stat reduces physical attack. Armor with 10. Skist. You need to find a way to hit it harder. Grab that piece of mirror glass. Oh, I see it. Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
Oh my god, it keeps interrupting me when I'm trying to... Hey! We did it!
Hooray!
How many mind squids got us?
All of the mind squids got us.
You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. Head's in his hands. Can't believe I found it here. Us, in here. That thing, the sorrow, has been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep hunting you. Wait, what? We die?
Right.
It'll keep hunting you until you activate the residence chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it. That's what the chamber is so important. You have to get back to. Okay. The portally body stream. Go now. Yep.
Fine.
Fine. No,
Fine.
no
I love
emotional
that, like-
resonance to the situation at hand.
Nope.
Where did she fall from?
Oh.
Her body's smashed to talk. It's a wonder she's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not her origin point. But look, she's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
You know, like the kids are doing these days.
Wait, did the voice acting stop after 2 lines?
That's kind of in line with what Planescape, the original Planescape.
I
format
guess,
would do.
yeah. I mean,
You know, it would kind of give you a little bit of a, you know, an intro line, and then the rest would be text. 'Cause, I mean, Planescape had
it was a
like-
1 CD game from the 1990s, so like,
it was a 4 CD game.
was it 4?
Yep, I still have them.
Oh, you're right. What was that? What did you do?
And then
Let's see.
Baldur's Gate was 6, I believe.
5 or 6. I think there was a 6 CD version. Yeah.
Yeah.
His tone's got accusatory suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you know is a man's kaleidoscope of tattoos riding his performance. He wears a long black dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling his pocket, his boots worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? She admitted internal psychological reaction results to the fall, probably related to the fantastic healing process. Obviously, Eldrin. Voice rolls and hisses. You have to rub your eyes. Ugh. To be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli you can't perceive. Vivid hair and outrageous clothing remains constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious. Castilla, Castilgi, Castile,
Gaston?
Galestige. His voice grinned and clipped. Then he sees you looking. You know what I do in all these games? I just like find a simple way of like aliasing that name. So like I'll just say Castella or something, and it's like there's no way that's Castella, but like if you jarble it up, like I just I'm bad at that.
Yeah.
You're normally more.
Well, I mean, they don't expect you to actually like
say it.
read it out loud. You know, you're supposed to just be reading it.
Every character name should have a little mouse over that says it out loud, like it's
says it out loud, like
the duck goes. Blah. You're an orderly mortal. We know that much. Start talking. Face. Okay. Up to you.
All right. So, was I dead?
You fell an incredible distance, yet you are talking. Do you really not? He cocks his head to the side. You don't know, do you? I'm starting to think you're not her. Starting to think, Algen. Tell me, is it a novel experience? Wow, a little snipey. It's her face. I've never seen other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain composure. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing. I'd also like that they should really use different colors for the names also.
Like a Zelda thing.
Or
like
a lot of visual novels, like give a different pull this out. But I guess they're doing back and forth stuff, so I don't know. I still think it'd be better. Remember what the word changing Alrin implies inconsistency. Thus the changing god may well change. Several versions of her shrug as she addresses you. Again, this is all happening over the picture of us. Like I can't move the screen to center this. Like I'm just staring at this.
Yeah, you don't know who. Yeah, it's a little disorienting.
I got a little bit right there.
Keep you in the action. Yeah.
Yeah. Some versions of her shrug and the scene addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious that to anyone that you were newly born. Her solid self curses while they bow and spin. I and my sisters am Calistad. This is Algren. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. This is how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you were what they call a cast-off. The changing guy created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in this cast-off shell.
Okay. So where are we?
What is this place? A sanctum of your sires. The common belief is these several such places throughout the ninth world, possibly other worlds as well. We're only just able to get entry to this one because your grand entrance. Who is the changing god? Aha, that's something coming from you. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to mortality long ago. It means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. The only thing the changing god cares about himself. All right, so we have picked that. Okay. Do they? Because like if I was a different shell, this changing god can be a him or a her or a they. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
No. Through my body. Oh, it's right here. Duh. If you change again through my body, how do you prefer to your sire as a he?
I was wondering about like the sire is gendered as male, which to me says like, okay, so is this like a vampire situation of like?
Well, it says the form is fluid as the name says, but the other stories of changing god always refer to him as him. Form of men, women, and I don't know what a Vistiant is.
Visitants? So aliens?
I guess. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who can say? All the born the way you were claimed to have been is wonder any survive. Why am I not dead? I use a cipher to slow your fall, but the damage still would have killed an ordinary person. But think about it. If you're the kind of person who can make your body into anything you want, what do? You've constructed bodies for centuries. You want to make sure each one's better than the last. You want to live forever. You're not going to let your life end by accident. No, you make strong bodies, fast and powerful. Maybe throw in regeneration while you're at it. Changing God's always been vain. He rarely stays long in a shell that doesn't suit his image. Changing God fled because he didn't want to wear those scars.
Getting a very like death becomes her.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now a word of advice. How can you be sure this body's a cast off?
So I'm gonna make another pause here, and this is me being an old and grumpy person, but this could be better as a walk and talk between actions and report. Like, this is so much just like here's another chapter of a book, kind of thing. And
I think that's kind of one of those, like, if you don't want to read a book, then a Planescape game is probably not for you. But at the same rate,
these also feel like false choices to me, because it's just like, do I want to get do I want to get every dialogue answer, or do I want to like wrap things up?
Yeah, and that's kind of my I have a lot of issues with, again, writing for a game. Really writing it all, like it's the same thing with a book. You want to be able to hook people within the first few pages. People don't have the kind of patience for the extreme, I don't know how to say this without sounding really, really mean. But like that, it's a little bit self-indulgent at times, when you're like, oh, there's all this lore about the and it's like, I'm just gonna like make sure that you hit the ground running with it, and it's like, no man, you gotta find a way to make that interesting. Like, you have to find a way to make people want to know more about the lore, because the game is exciting to them. You can't just be like, here's a bunch of lore and hope you like it. So yeah, I mean, again, it's Torment, so it's gonna have lore. It's gonna have
more. All right, we got our first really good choice here.
Okay.
So the Revita chamber is broken.
Okay.
Okay, and we have a choice. Do we want to go to the Cultists of the Changing God? Do we want to go to the Order of the Truth, or do we want to go on our own?
Let's go to the Cultists of the Changing God.
I was gonna go myself, but this one, the cult.
Yeah.
A wise choice. Your words are likely to cut you apart. There's sometimes fools, but they collect knowledge and data. All right. Good counsel. When you change your mind, okay. Which is always right behind you. Why do you want to go with me? What's in it for you? You're exciting, fine. I want to see you safely out of the reef. Kid, you are not safe here to continue. Treasure hunters, trial reef. All right, let's go. Companion!
Hooray!
Exploration. Oh, we have... Okay, who are... Oh, he has 2 speed.
That's why he's like, don't push me.
More ciphers.
All right, I'm going.
Living tattoos. Resourceful. Dimensional superposition. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I really like characters that are all very very unique. Oh,
Yes.
what is that? Look at that. Like, it's got all jubbly. I like that. Oh, or is that just... No, that's 40 experience. I get... Oh, no, now it's not jumbly. Okay, it was just a flaw. Okay, cool.
All right.
I thought it was like cool, like little... It meant something. It just means that it was broken.
Yes.
Aw.
Oh, examine the housing. All right, let's lore it. Let's companion. Okay, so 75%. Well, let's take the 75%.
Yeah.
Wait, what? There. I mean, I can spend one of his speed points to get a 95%. What's your general, like, feel-good vibe about making a roll?
It depends on what game I'm playing. If it's XCOM, then 100%. If it's anything, most other things, it's I would say like 70%. And then honestly, there are times where I'll even let it roll at like 50%.
All right.
Yeah.
I will shamelessly save scum.
Sure.
I'm just like, whoop, that didn't work out. I guess I'll reload. But yeah, I have no problem save scumming.
Kick the device as you can. No.
Oh man, to me.
Try to remember. Like, would you put a point in here to get this 100%?
No. I mean, this is one of those things, again, like, your game needs to... I don't know. All right. There has got to be things written about, like, papers written about what sort of, like, player... I don't know quite what the word I'm looking for is, like, onboarding, I guess.
Yeah.
Like what sort of like runway do you want to give your players in a game? Do you want your players to just immediately be
On it.
completely overwhelmed and feeling like they, everything is a struggle and everything is a challenge? Or, do you just want to like let people kind of figure stuff out? Definitely, I don't like games that don't kind of give you that onboarding of, we're going to kind of figure this out, and you don't have to worry about making these kind of like life or death decisions right away because you're still, you're still in the prologue.
Yes. Now.
So.
No, I get that. Yeah, like,
because you don't know how long it's going to take for things to refill, and so my feeling is, well, if this is the prologue, then I shouldn't really have any trouble with anything. It shouldn't be something where like I'm gonna fail the game in the frickin' prologue. And then maybe I'm gonna need those points later on. So I'll hoard them during the prologue because why wouldn't I?
we have examines, but no interacts.
Yeah.
Examine.
On it.
My cat wants to leave the room. So what do you think here? We're about 45 minutes in.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't feel like 45 minutes because we're just now getting into the game. That was
all prologue.
Honestly,
A fallen world, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here soon.
So now there's voice acting. They should also put the person talking on the side here if they've got a portrait.
Yes. Yep.
We'll put one line. Why are we looking at me like that? Again, it's their budget. I totally understand. Oh, we have $27 at this point. I wasn't always so paranoid. What makes you so dangerous? Alright. What are the Numenera? All around you, everything. Okay, it's our past prior worlds. Okay. What's your story? Oh my god. Don't care.
Yeah.
What do you think of Costello who's standing right next to you? A parasite designed as a scholar. Tattoos, they look alive. Oh. They're nothing. Okay. What should we do next? Alright, let's keep going.
Of course.
Like, I like the fantastical world level of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
no, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely getting that like Planescape, concept art style. So I think they did a really good job as like an homage to Planescape.
2 experience, really? 2?
2. You need 4,000 more to level up.
Leave the cones alone.
Cones of Dunshire.
All right.
I'm glad they give me the where are things on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, examine the clusters. I mean, I have to smash every time. I get the option, right?
Yeah.
They could
just smashy smashy. Oh, we're so charming. They're like, did you smash this? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, don't do it again. We're like, okay.
We got an 8-finger mace. Oh.
Uh,
All right, so now we go to inventory. So what do we have now? We're using a crystalline shard.
like you do.
Medium light. Well, I think, oh, they don't use a shared backpack? Come on, game.
Oh no.
4 + 3. Yeah, this is better. He's got a cool coat.
Yeah.
And he's got his little tech
Good,
tattoos.
it flips around while he's...
I know, little physics on that.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
Fine.
Oh, gotta go over there.
I love how passive aggressive she sounds.
Everybody
with
is
that.
in video
That's
games.
fine. Just do it myself.
Sludge. Examine the sludge.
Hmm.
Something. Attempt to retrieve the outer trapped in the sludge. 60, 60, 75. Let's get the sludge.
Yeah, let's do 75. Yeah, let's get that sludge.
I'll put 1 point in. Got it. Powerful cipher. Okay. Fresh vapors. Oh, I've gotten the case of the vapors.
Oh, we're vaping now? That popcorn lung.
Oh, wait. Okay, by waiting long enough. Okay. Oh, they did say time matters, so...
All right.
We got... Oh, this is it. Here. Okay, so this is 5 uses, and it gives us 10 healing. Okay, sure.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, this is definitely going to be one of those games where it's like, you gotta get invested in this world.
Yeah, no, but and that's kind of part of my issue with it is like that's a pretty big ask.
Yeah.
Again, if people have kickstarted it, then I think it's less of a big ask, but you know, yeah, you kind of got to get over yourself on some of these of like you have, you know, yeah, the world is very cool. I'm sure that, you know, anybody who puts the kind of time and effort into it will learn how cool the world is, but you gotta kind of, it's like cats, you know, you gotta let a cat
Really,
come
really
to you on its
invest,
own
yeah.
terms.
Oro. As you step onto what looks like a back of an enormous construct, 4 stranglers approach you. So this is... Okay, so this is narrator, but we're talking about Koro. This, like, again, the way that they're phrasing, like, they gave this line, this setup line to ownership of Koro.
Yeah.
Lady is a wiry man, parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone, left side of his face, gives you a welcome smile, puts a pulling on gray gloves about it with pulsing lights. He's about to say something when he notices Calistedge. Cal, I thought you sworn off traveling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes traveled down both you and Elgin. Odds and ends, Carl. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Or it's a calm, but she's gone quite still. Let them talk.
Let them talk.
Let them talk. His hand curls in his eye. I was wondering, especially if you've seen a falling star landed near here not long ago. See nothing of the sort, dear Koro. Hey, this is deception.
Let's do it.
What's your friends? No, they must have the Daft Scavengers Reef. I'll be honest with you, I saw the star, but I don't know where it landed. Sure.
It's Stardust.
Wait, we have plus 30 and... Why is it only...
Oh,
we have 50%. Maybe that's...
Maybe he's just that hard to convince.
Wow, base difficulty 35. So we do have our bonus.
For what it's worth.
For what it's worth. All right, let's jack it up. Let's spend 2 of our points to really lie the heck out here.
Yeah.
Wow, 25 experience for lying. Hey, 69 out of 180.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. All right. Well, do let's maybe spy anything interesting. I'd like to pay privilege, but if we were rich, we wouldn't be down here, would we? Or just awkwardly let them walk by standing still.
Yep.
Nice thinking, kid. That would have been a fiasco. Figure out why they're here. Saw me from the sky. They saw me from the sky. Oh, sure. They just had Epish ready at the same time we're leaving. No, kid. Calista sold us out. I had something to do with Koro's plan? He's suggesting you didn't? A friend of yours just happened to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us as we return from the greatest find in the reef in years. Too convenient for me. Far too convenient. Oh, they're fighting. Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
Hooray!
Of all the Enoch parallel illusions, you really believe this, don't you? You really believe I would use half-foot like Cora to stab you in the back rather than do it myself? You see, kid? She'll stab him in the back. First chance she gets. Most likely in your sleep.
Ah.
He throws up his hands for something called retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. Last time we traveled together, I got enough to worry about with having to watch back 28 hours a day. Parents, are you coming, kid, or what?
Let's see.
She didn't sell us out right away, so like he seems really being a little bit fussy.
You're really gonna walk away from each other over this. Let's kick the can.
Oh, this is the last needle that crushed. The last needle that crushed the Aineen?
It's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
In their interesting lore speak.
Again, they're asking us to do a lot of, well, not a lot, but do labor on that. We haven't seen but 1/10 of her deaths. No, not 1/20. She's backstabbing. B word, and the mess here only proves it. Always a paragon of class, Algren. If I did have any interest in betraying, do you really think I would need Koro's help? Yet this is thanks again for coddling your pain, rattled judgment, mental weakness for so long. I've had enough. Child, happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this pair of buffoon.
All right, so we got it already. We've got to choose.
We can try to make him kiss and make up, or what is something's this thing is launching slime balls?
Yeah, like
Do
it
I go
does.
for both or neither? I'm gonna say both or neither.
Let's go. Yeah, let's both or neither.
Both. Can't you work it out?
Yeah.
My dear girl, we haven't worked it out. Algin's Pepsland. His obstinance to face the fact, drive me every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. All right.
Yeah, he's thick. Oh, not. That
I don't want to
thick,
travel. I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah.
Makes
Both of you.
sense. If you change your mind, you can find me in the underbelly. I travel around, but keep an ear to ground for you. If you prefer still like company, you can find me the Order of Truth. Feelings mutual. Farewell, child. I will now stand still while you walk away, even though we're going the same direction. It must be an awkward walk because they both have to go that way.
Awkward. Very, very awkward.
Wait, why is this a tutorial on Crisis?
Was that a crisis? That was a crisis point where you had to decide which parent you were going to live with.
I guess.
Yeah, mom and dad they kept fighting. It wasn't about you though. It wasn't your fault.
Sometimes mommy and daddy just don't get along.
Yeah. Sometimes daddy has to sleep on the couch. Because daddy's friends made a mess out of his clothes.
Yep. All right. We have a lot of
people to talk to here.
Well, this makes this unusable. Hi, Atero. Wind swings out to the sea, seemed blowing glassy towards you. I went on the reef to do the star before the others did. Guess not. That ent of face I found good pick. A lot of people went looking. Ah. Blue tide rate. What? Okay. You hide it well, but tell you're new here. I ain't trying to offend you, but don't even need me poke new onto Saggers on their own. If you have questions with the city or something, I'll answer them free of charge. Oh my god. Let's burn through his questions. Do you live here?
Yep.
You don't have a home. We have a cult of changing God. Yes.
This is giving me a lot of
I'll remember that.
what's it? PoE.
Pillars of Eternity?
Yeah. Like that just
I would never in a million years have a conversation this long
with somebody that you didn't
with
know.
someone I just met.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Reef of the Fallen Worlds.
Tell me all about the lore. Tell me more about the lore. Simple. This is the sort of thing, like...
Go on.
Alright. I am a fantasy nerd.
Yeah.
Even I understand that, again, the onboarding you have to do. One of the things I like about fantasy is that, like, there are crutches. You know what an elf is. You know what a dwarf is. You know, like, you basically understand these things. Yeah, there's probably going to be differences. Your elves are going to be different in some way. Your dwarves are going to be different in some way. You know, you kind of have like the basic foundations to work on when you're talking about a fantasy world for the most part. And that is what allows you to sort of spool out these sort of epic, interesting lore things. That's what allows you to sort of be like, oh, all right, let's introduce this non-elf dwarf, you know, human, a variant that is special to our world. You know, and what makes them interesting to this world. Because you're not overwhelming people, because they already know what an elf is and a dwarf, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you know, that's the thing that kind of has always bothered me about science fiction is like, you always have to learn every alien from scratch. You know, you don't have elves and dwarves. I mean, you can kind of figure it out. Like, oh, this is the elf, like these are the Vulcans and these are the Klingons, you know? But again, like, they're not called Vulcans and Klingons because those are, you know, you can't just rip off somebody else's IP like that. So it's just very frustrating of like, okay, you know, if you're gonna dump all of this new stuff on me, you have got to parcel it out. You cannot just do this massive like lore and start small. Start with just like, okay, we're gonna talk about these people, you know. Hell, even Dragon Age does that with like, okay, you know, we've got the elves and the dwarves and you're the mages, but it's like, we know what the Darkspawn are and we know what the Grey Wardens are. We start small. We don't start with, you know, like
such a big
halfway
heavy
through the middle. Yeah, exactly. So
it's a very very heavy.
Yeah. And so the more you do stuff like that, it's like the more you're just kind of, I don't know, it's just you're making it that much harder for people to engage with your lore because you know, you feel like you need the Wikipedia page, you know, the wiki page open while you're playing the game, in order to to remember all of this stuff. Somebody's gonna just remember, like, oh, yep, got it. Shards, you know, changing God, whatever his name is, you know. Nobody's gonna remember that. So you've gotta, you know, like, gotta make sure that the important points are spaced out enough that you can kind of coast on stuff that people don't need to have that people don't need to feel like, you know, they need to reread a bunch of stuff because they weren't sure if they got it or not. I don't know. I'm cranky.
I don't think this game, like, this game is suffering. So, like, again, well, let's make a comparison against Planescape Torment, okay?
Right.
Planescape Torment opened up with like a very simple goal for all players: get out of the crematorium or whatever.
Yep.
You know, get out of there. Everyone understands the concept of get out of there. Right now, I immediately opened up and it's like, okay, now you're in a city and just I'm talking to a slave, I'm talking to a sculptor. I'm like, I feel like I'm a tourist now, just snarfing up quests and background stuff. Or like, this person wants me to learn about the sculpture he's doing, and this person wants me to capture a kid for him.
Right. So you know, you're like, okay, you know, companions. Immediately, your companions are like, well, maybe we don't want to come with you, and it's like, all right, well,
okay, we just met, bye.
I guess that's okay. You know, because it's like, you don't know if that's good or bad. You know, your companions are the people who are supposed to be helping you out through this. You know,
they're supposed to be your filter for the world. Yeah.
And so when they just like, you know, do this whole like, we're gonna, there's a lot of narrative decisions in this game that I feel are pushing away people who do actually want to engage with your game, but they're not going to make it their job to engage with your game, you know? Like
Yeah.
they're not going to take on the, you know, the tremendous amount of work of making sure that they understand, you know, every faction right off the bat. You need to give people more of a runway on stuff like that, or
Yeah.
else you're going to lose them.
Fine.
Just disagrees. Fine.
Fine.
I'll be in the car.
Yeah, I think they could also benefit from having the portrait on there.
Yeah.
Because they spent a lot, like, I think that's my biggest thing here is that there's a lot of time spent doing with the show don't tell.
How'd you like to help a poor
And
soul wrongfully condemned?
Oh, he sounds pretty chill for being wrongfully condemned.
yeah.
Like,
I gotta just put again, like whenever you read something, they know if you're asking again.
Yeah.
Why are you helping Riz? Remind me why you're helping. I want to talk about your friend. I still want to try. What's your plan? Okay. Let's help.
yeah. Always help. Except quest.
All right, we need to get stuff. Oh, sure, yeah, party member.
Making a note.
All right.
And they are,
Are
Hook?
they a sneak man? Oh.
He's a cagey Jack.
Okay.
Well, he's basically us again. Okay.
But we're charming. He's cagey.
Oh, that's true.
So he's less fun than we are. We're great at parties.
Death of Riss. Devourer of wrongs. Good job if you can get it.
Yeah.
Hey, what is
decent.
this? Hold on.
Fine.
What is?
Hey. Oh. Octopus.
Yes.
Yeah. No Gawkin for free. Pay El Tinto or good gone. What? You want me to look at your weird creature?
It seems like, you know,
The Nithakur Dreamin, my friendly cage over there. I want to see the cage up close. Questions. What is it? Curiosity and frothing malice. Why do you call a creature he? Is it male? Could be female or genderless or miniature. Who could say? How did you capture the creature? Bad luck, good luck. Why did the creature get to the city? How did you get to the city? How'd you capture it again? Sorry. What do you plan on doing after you're done showing it off?
gonna eat it.
Eat it.
No.
Looking for someone to compare a complicated device. I have a shard of crystal. Let's see it up close. 25 shins. Persuasion.
Yay! We get
Man,
to
we
try
are double points of persuasion, and it's still like really.
Yeah, that seems.
It still costs us
This
10
is the
shins.
thing that I'm having with a lot of the like indie games. And, like, you can sit there and shit on about how much you hate AAA games, but at least they know how to balance things for the most part.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, is this like? Is this a situation where it is very important that 15 copper or whatever, $15 are worth
That's just it. We don't know. Because we don't know what else is going on ahead of us. So my feeling is always like,
Ooh.
no. You know?
I'm ready.
yeah. But touching it was bad. Touch the panel again. I want to unlock this panel.
Yeah.
Damn it again. Touch the panel again.
Touch it.
Damn the cage again. Touch the panel again.
Ow!
Damn the cage again. Touch the panel again. Touch the like. All right. I don't know, MPG. I'm not feeling too.
I'm not really
Captured?
digging this. You know, maybe like maybe I would be able to get into this game. You know, I don't know. I think it is asking an awful lot of the players.
Like I felt like I needed to read like a trilogy of books to get started.
Right, exactly.
Ready.
And I think you nailed it perfectly when you said, like, if we were playing any other game,
Yeah.
we would have had enough stuff that we were like, okay, we know what's going on, and we know what all this background stuff is before we go into this whole experience over like just we don't have because they redefined everything, they have to re-explain everything, and that becomes way more work than it has to be
Exactly.
for a lot of this stuff.
You know, and yeah, they're like, they could be using, you know, they didn't get the permission to use D&D,
Elves and dwarves and D&D, yeah.
Yeah, of like, you know, this is supposed to take place in the Planescape universe, which is weird. Planescape has a lot of weird stuff in it. It is kind of like,
well, this isn't in Planescape Torment. No.
Yeah, right. But it's, you know, it is the Torment, I don't know.
The tormented cinematic user.
The TCU.
Yeah.
God,
could you imagine walking up to someone and just saying, like, what are you?
yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's the whole Karen experience. Just like walking up someone in a store and saying, can I touch your hair? Like what?
Yeah, exactly.
What do we
What
even?
are you?
Oh my god.
You look exotic. What are you?
What are you? Oh man. Do we want to try to learn their language?
Sure.
Good. Re-experience. Oh my god. But now we know their language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling it, but you know.
I want the eggs.
Like I said, I think that if I had like, this is one of those. It makes me pine for my youth, because when I was younger and
you
I
had time to really just soak in this.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't have a job that was like, you know, taking away, you know, 60 hours out of my week. And I could just devote an entire weekend to like really getting into
reading
this
everything.
and, like,
yeah,
and situating myself in it, and then figuring out kind of like what I want to do and how I feel about these things, because I'm sure that there is, like, once you get acclimated, I'm sure this game is very, you know, is very engaging.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it probably has all of the components that you need to feel really, you know, immersed and steeped in what they're, you know, this kind of epic story that they're trying to tell. But yeah, you need that is a big ask of time.
A lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, indeed.
I think it's, you know, they did a fine job. Like the mechanical stuff seems okay.
Yeah.
I would say the other part of it is I don't like the dice rolling. I think it's a little bit too stiff. And what I was trying to get to before was like, is the 10, you know, like player, you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. Like let the players, you know, fudge the dice in favor for like saving 10 gold, because who really cares? If you were a GM, you would never want to be in a situation where you're arguing with the player over 10 gold. Just like move the story forward, and if they're little babies who want to save 10 gold every single turn, who cares? You know?
Yep. Exactly.
All right. This is Torment Tides of Numenera. They did a wonderful job crafting a world, but I think I lack the capacity to get into a world this deep anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Our review is we're old.
We're old. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.